Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques. I did it right that time.
You sure did, but
Yep.
give you a few minutes into the show.
I'll mess up eventually.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's time for Let's Talk Antiques, and we got the old crew. I mean, the antique crew here.
There you
And, well, one of them anyway.
Something like that.
And we're going to talk about antiques and collecting and selling and buying and getting rich.
Well, I thought we was going to talk about souvenirs today.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Yes.
And I asked Howard, I said, don't you have any souvenirs? And he said, well, no.
No.
I said, well, remember that KOA? And then he admits that he had a souvenir shop.
Oh, yeah.
So you know he still got some of those souvenirs.
You can't sell it all, can you?
Well, it went with the business when we
okay.
sold the business.
You know, people don't realize it. A cap, a shirt, a postcard, that's souvenirs.
A concert ticket, a T-shirt, Philip.
Yep. I've got a couple of concert
He's
T-shirts.
probably loaded with them.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've got a couple set back of my
a
T-shirts.
signed guitar, Philip.
A signed guitar.
signed-
Would
signed-
that be a
that's-
nice souvenir?
That'd be a nice.
That'd be nice.
You know, why you want to talk about souvenirs? You know, at the time when somebody gets a souvenir, picks up something, whether it be a car race ticket, you know, you save your stub or something, that meant something to you.
Yeah,
That's why you do it.
Well, that's why I said bring back
you're
memories.
you're in the moment, aren't you?
Right, you want to bring back memories when you get home and you pull out that thing or whatever it is.
About how much fun you had.
Yeah, or how much money you spent.
Yeah.
Ronnie says though it becomes a collectible when you die. Is that right, Ronnie?
Yeah, we were talking about that on the way over.
Either that or the kids look at it and say, "What's all this junk?" and take it and give it away somewhere.
That means something to you when you get it.
You're right.
But when you're gone, it's somebody's collectible.
Well, that's true.
But you know, the good part about that is that some of these souvenirs that you pick up over the years, whether it be us or grandparents or great-grandparents or whoever, they do have value.
Yeah.
Like the World Fair stuff.
Well,
like
yeah,
1933 World Fair.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that stuff has lots of value.
And the older it gets, the
more it has.
The more it
yeah.
has. Well, when we had the campground, we used to have we sold a lot of thimbles.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know.
The ceramic thimbles by the state.
Yeah.
You know, and people would come in and they'd say, "Do you have any thimbles with Tennessee on them?" Because they'd get one in every state and they display them in a little
How
display.
about spoons? Did you?
We sold a lot of spoons too. Especially, well, we had more than Tennessee. You know, we had the surrounding states, but
Sure.
Tennessee was the big one because they were in Tennessee, so
Yes.
they wanted a Tennessee spoon.
From
You
where
didn't
they
have
were.
a bunch of Colorado ones in your Tennessee KOA.
No, not really. But we might have
Yeah.
Kentucky or Georgia, you know, because they forgot to buy one when they were down the road, you know.
With those
Or up the-
RVers, a lot of them, that's what they were doing, was traveling to every state
Yeah,
in the country. And that was
Yeah.
the reason they bought those RVs.
Yeah, well, those spoons make a nice looking collection.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something about spoons. The earlier spoons were actually sterling silver.
yeah. You had to polish them.
Yeah, which means if you had a lot of those souvenir spoons, the scrap price of them things would
Well, that could be too. Yeah, they'd have some value in there just from
Sure
the
they
metal
would.
alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the sterling silver.
right.
You have any of them?
Not that I know of. None of them are turning black, so I guess
You know, that don't really mean that they're sterling silver.
they could put a coating or something.
They
I
could
think.
put a silver plating on
Yeah,
it and
plating.
still turn black.
Yeah.
What was that company? You know, sterling silver at one time like a dinner set.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Oh.
And what was that company that had the plated one that you could save all that money by buying the plated one instead
Yeah.
of the real one?
The real ones.
What was the name of it? Rogers.
Rogers, that's who it was.
Yeah. Remember? And there, a lot of people, instead of spending the extra $50 or $75, bought that, which is useless.
Yeah.
Had they got the
But
sterling
it
silver.
had the name on the back, see, so when you had company over and they looked at, oh, look at this, real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real genuine plated.
Right.
But now, had you went on and spent the extra $50 or so, look what you'd have in scrap price.
Yeah, you know, our young people today,
Is silver sets like that, is that worth more than the scrap price
Well,
at this point?
I really don't know because I hadn't been in. I can just tell you that back in the 80s when I bought a lot of silver, we scrapped it.
Oh, really?
I'm
Now-
gonna tell you, I think it would depend on condition of the set too.
Yeah, and if you had a
Now
complete
that-
thing.
or if you had a buyer for it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be worth
Yeah.
more.
But
than
are
scrap.
they as popular as they used to be?
They're hard
You
to
know,
sell.
when a couple got married, that was one of the wedding gifts that somebody in the family always got them, a set of real silverware, which they immediately
Yeah.
put into a drawer and only used at Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And the good china.
Yeah, and the good china.
Well,
Are the young folks today into that as
I'd
much as
say
they-
not.
I don't
Not
think
at
so.
all.
I don't think they are.
Howard, when Nancy and I got married in 1968,
Mm-hmm.
nobody got that memo.
Oh, you didn't get one?
Nobody got it.
Yeah,
So we didn't get none of that sterling silver.
we didn't either. None of
Or
our
that-
family was rich enough to buy.
What is that? What is that real high-end crystal?
Oh, fall.
Is it Waterford or something like
Well,
that?
there is a Waterford Falls.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not into that really, I guess.
So,
So anyway, we forgot something. We
Yeah,
got
we-
Philip. Philip's got to do his bit. What is it, Philip?
What's my bit?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, now we're still young.
Okay. All right. Well, you're listening live to Let's Talk Antiques.
All
on
right.
WMSR 1320
Are you sure?
FM 107.9.
What's the other one?
don't you get a crick in your neck by looking up?
I don't remember the Tullahoma
Oh.
FM station. Can you
No, I
remind us of
forgot
that?
it. Well, we don't say it very
Okay.
much. Only once in a
Well, wait
while
a
when
minute.
we have required to.
If Philip forgets it, that's different.
Yeah, but I work here.
You actually ought to know what you're doing.
I got you fooled, don't I?
You can also watch a video replay tonight on Charter Channel 193, and you can also see it on LightTube Channel 6 and on Facebook and YouTube.
Is Channel 6 on 6?
Channel 6, LightTube is on.
Oh, on Channel 6 on LightTube,
Yeah,
but Channel
LightTube
6 on
6.
the other one isn't.
Right. They actually, after 2 years of bumping us off of it, they finally put something there at least.
What do they put there?
I haven't.
Why can't you just take it back then?
It was taken away. Let's.
But
just
I
leave
mean,
it there.
if they actually are doing something with it now, they ought to give it back to you first,
Why would they?
because that way you can be Channel 6 again,
Okay. Well.
and you don't have to change that van and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, you advertise.
You can give them a call and see if you can talk them into it. But when you watch us on, all you have to do is search for Let's Talk Antiques, and we come right up on that. And one of the reasons we do that is because you guys like and share those videos after you see them. So we appreciate that, and it helps bump us up in the search results.
That's
I'll
good.
tell you something, Philip. They can be talked into it. You can pay them enough, they will let you
We
have it.
could have a click farm from
That's
India.
all.
You're saying
That's all. It's only about
we
money.
could bump us up to number one.
There's
Right.
nothing that they can't buy.
Well, we'll talk to
What's
Josh
that number to Charter?
in a little while. and
What's
we'll-
that number? I'm gonna call them right now. We're gonna call them on air and ask them why.
We'll
Yeah.
see
You want
what-
to, Howard?
we'll see what the
We better
price is.
not. I think,
Howard.
we might get Philip kicked off Charter.
You mean
might not
not?
be on
You
Charter
mean
next
plumb
week.
off?
Plumb
Not
off.
just a channel.
Yeah,
but plumb
plumb
off.
off.
Is that true? Jim.
I don't know if I. swing enough
Jim and the
weight
crew
to
would have a
get-
fit if you got them kicked off.
If you're watching the TV program, Philip's turning red.
You know it.
Go
Jim
away,
will
please.
be really unhappy if you get him and the crew kicked off.
That would probably.
How would
be
we
good.
see the news?
There you go.
How would we see Let's Talk Antiques?
There you go.
Well, we could go. The good thing, Howard,
can always
we can
go
go
to
to
YouTube.
YouTube.
Well, we can go to YouTube.
Why, he'll be unemployed, but we could still go to YouTube.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, who would run the camera then?
Y'all would have to have a cell phone up in the corner to.
No,
video
you'd
it.
come over here because you'd have plenty of time.
Oh, there you go. That's
I got one. We just keep on doing it.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, he'd come anyway, Ronnie, because he'd have plenty of time since he'd be
He'd have
on.
to come. 'cause
Since he's
part of the crew.
unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, we give you the number one seat,
There you go.
so you got to keep showing
You
up.
sure?
Well, that was
you
because
gave
our
him
listeners
that seat.
requested me to have this.
Your daddy.
Your dad
Yeah,
requested,
his dad.
and he listens. So
Daddy requested it.
he might be the only
We're
listener.
having anybody call in to ask for you to move back here. Have
Not yet. But I tell you what, don't say that too much. Somebody might call.
Yeah, Nancy might call.
Let me
No, I think she likes me
handle
where
the
she can't
phones.
see me.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
She
I'll
sees
handle
enough
the
of you.
phones the show, and we won't have to worry
Yeah,
about it.
she does see enough of me.
Oh.
Especially since I'm retired.
Yeah, I bet. You're a pain in the neck now.
Hey, you
yes,
know,
sir.
Speaking of souvenirs, I'm just looking right here. I mean, I see a tag.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see a T-shirt. What else? I see a cup.
Yeah.
Well,
There's lots of stuff.
mouse pad.
A T-shirt, yeah.
I've already said T-shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
I see a mouse pad
Oh, the beads even.
Yeah.
From some, I guess it was from
from the morning show.
the morning show, but what is that?
A New Orleans thing.
New Orleans thing where they throw them at you.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. I
Mardi Gras.
think somebody got those and brought them by here and
Mm-hmm.
got them somewhere. Yeah, they're souvenirs. You know, you like you said, you go somewhere on a trip and you buy something like that and you come home and with a souvenir and if it's really expensive, you probably stick it on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a coffee cup, that says Niagara Falls, for instance, that's what you drink your coffee out of, and it becomes your favorite cup. And
I would use it.
yeah, you know what I mean? And you see those all the time.
Yeah, I'm even looking. Look at the hockey stick up there.
Yeah. It's got
Signed hockey
signed
stick.
hock from the
Several.
Prince.
That's a pretty good souvenir.
Yeah, that's from several years. I forget what. Yeah, it's been up there several years. So some of those players are probably not there now. But
Would that be good? That might
I
be
think
good.
that might be good because
Yeah,
some of
it'd
them,
be good.
Did Rob go up and have them sign that, or did they send that to you all as being an affiliate?
I think they sent it because we were an affiliate,
Okay.
or we still are an affiliate.
Yeah, well.
If the season ever picks back up.
Well, you used to have quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah,
Do you still have it?
yeah. There's stuff around here. So.
Now, is that hand sanitizer? Is that souvenir or is that real?
I should guard that with my. That's worth a lot of money over there.
God, yeah.
Don't sit it near the window
Yeah.
so people can see it.
Yeah, they'll be in here.
I read a story on MSN about a guy that him and his brother went around and bought up all the hand sanitizer they
Yeah,
could find.
like 17,000 bottles or
Yes,
something.
and you see what Amazon and eBay done to them.
What'd they do?
They cut them off where they couldn't sell it because they were gouging.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well,
And they
imagine
should
that.
have.
They were very collectible.
They were getting $20, $30, $40 a bottle for $1 bottle of hand
That
sanitizer.
is, I tell you what, anybody that would take
And-
advantage of a situation, I have
Well,
no respect
The
for
thing
them.
is, they were going around to all these little small stores and buying it. Then people that needed it couldn't get it.
Couldn't get it.
Because it was bought
It's
up.
not
And there's,
right.
and there's
That's-
no real need to do that. That's
just
the
like
silly
what's going
thing.
on right now with panic buying
Yeah, that's-
here in Coffee County.
Doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
unnecessary.
My wife asked me about it. I said, well, Nancy, they can't keep buying $300 and $400 worth of groceries every week.
No, what's going to happen here when this thing settles out? Everybody's going to have a 4-year supply of stuff in their house, and they aren't going to buy anything. The stores are going to be
I went
closing.
to 3 stores yesterday trying to get a dozen eggs.
Really?
Yes,
Well, I'll just tell you, we never bought up nothing. We just buy it as we need it. And
me too.
I'm not going to go there.
No,
I've got
that's
enough
silly.
stuff to eat on for 3 or 4
Yeah, but you were
weeks.
talking about the hand sanitizers. Somebody had a thing on Facebook. I saw it last night of some lady that had an SUV full of toilet paper, and she was selling it $5 a roll.
I
And
tell
they,
you
they
what,
took her picture of her and her car and had an up close picture of her,
Yeah.
and said, "Shame on this." And then if you share this, let's shame this lady for
Yeah.
$5 a roll for one roll.
What about the big semi that wrecked, that scattered rolls of toilet paper all over the interstate?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Is that
Oh, they
real,
was
David?
making jokes about it.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, that the semi, the roll of paper, toilet paper got dumped and, you know,
Yeah.
that other stuff.
I don't know. What's crazy things going on in the world. But anyway, souvenirs.
You know what?
One of these days, toilet paper could be a souvenir.
hey, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. the
Hey,
one-
now,
hope
aren't
not.
there some toilet paper that has logo stamped on it?
Yeah. Sands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess-
I've seen that.
I remember when I can vaguely remember this if it's so long ago. But
Like 3 days?
yeah, when I when I turned 50, somebody bought me a roll of toilet paper at a little party they had. It was black, because I was getting over the hill and had things printed on it.
I've got
Kind
a
of a
little,
joke.
I've got a little over the hill toilet like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Now-
a bag.
When you turned 50, that was only like last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Long time ago. Long time ago.
Well, why do you stretch that long out like that?
No, because it was a long.
Well, I tell you what, let's do. Let's take a short break and then come back.
Oh, is it time?
Close to it, 9:16.
Yeah, but it's 9:18 is when we're supposed to take the break.
Well, you know, every time we gain a couple minutes, we just get to talk to you a little bit more.
Oh, and we'll be off subject again. We're supposed to be talking about souvenirs.
going to-
How do we get on toilet paper?
Well, you said it was a souvenir.
Oh, it could be.
We usually get back on subject during the breaks.
Yeah, but nobody's listening then. All right.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We'll use up your minute or so. What you got there, Philip, about toilet paper?
I got a vintage toilet paper, Northern Aurora Soft and Pretty, from 1979 to 1981 and
Oh.
82. $45.
For one roll?
No, three 4-packs.
Oh.
Northern brand, Aurora brand, and Soft and Pretty. It's sold for $45.
You're kidding me.
Somebody probably needed to use it.
I don't believe it.
No, that's sold in January. So
I know,
that
that's
was,
before the
Okay, well,
problem.
all right.
Now, I can see toilet paper being soft, but how's it pretty, Howard?
Well, they used to color it. You
Really?
used to be able to buy different
yeah,
colors.
these are pink.
Yeah, they had pink and
Okay.
greens and
You
yellows.
can still get yellows at Walmart.
Yeah.
Why?
When
I'm
they're
not going to say
When they're
anything.
not sold out.
Why would you want it yellow and pink?
Well, because your bathroom.
match your bathroom?
Match your bathroom
Decorator
wall.
toilet
Yeah,
paper.
Sure. Everybody knows that.
1920s, only one toilet paper, unopened, in excellent condition. $37.99.
Heck, that's higher than that lady's.
Yeah.
New old stock vintage wrapped single roll Waldorf, a Scott tissue brand, in original packaging. They wanted $40 and got at least $35. And here's a Hello Kitty 30-roll pack that went for $35.
Oh my goodness.
Hello Kitty.
So
Is
there you
that
go.
what Sheldon used to sing all the time?
Yeah, that was a cartoon or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it
on
was a
television?
cartoon. Yeah, so that would be a collectible.
watch that.
Correct. Well,
Now, are you happy we used up your 2 minutes?
yeah, we did. Now we're overtime.
All right.
All right. We'll be right back.
And talk more about toilet paper.
Okay.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
All right, we're back. Per Max, so I guess we're back.
We're talking souvenir toilet paper.
Okay.
There we go. Amazing Spider-Man and Hulk promo toilet paper.
Really?
1979. Yeah, it looks like a 4-pack. $40. So
That's still higher than that lady's $5 roll.
Yeah, but I imagine that's even higher now. That's
here's some
people-
more. Another Hello Kitty one that has little hearts printed all over it on a 4-pack. $40 for that. So
See, it just goes to show everything can be saved and become valuable sometimes.
yeah. I say, who in the
Now,
world?
who in
well,
the
I guess somebody saved their Hello Kitty collection. I
What a
guess.
souvenir.
Yeah.
Now, how would you display all those rolls of toilet paper like that? Just build a shelf and just stack them on it?
I guess.
Or would you put them under glass, Philip? What do you think?
I think they need to be sealed in the box,
Sealed
so
in the
that
box?
because I don't think that ink on the outside of the packaging is very.
I've got a shelf full of cereal boxes.
Well, it wasn't designed to last long. Is that what
yeah,
you're
it
saying?
wasn't designed to last, and in the light, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
in my expert opinion.
Well, I'd say you've been here long enough. You ought to be an expert.
Have you stayed at a Holiday Inn lately?
There you go. Well,
Well,
here's the 1940s.
Well, that's what your advertisement is. I stayed at this guy gives a thing, and he says I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. I think it
Express,
is
there you go.
last week, so that makes you an expert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you seen that
No,
TV
I
yet?
hadn't.
Oh,
And look at Howard Johnson stuff now.
oh, Howard Johnson used to be a big chain. They're gone, aren't
And their
they?
stuff's collectible.
Well, look at the early. Talking about Holiday Inn. Look at
There
the
was-
early Holiday Inn postcards and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The early.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they do that like sometime in the 50s? Holiday Inn. Isn't that when it started?
Yeah, yeah. I guess it was about 1950s, late 40s or
some-
50s.
Well,
Hey, now I know somebody that has boxes and boxes
Well,
of the old. Was it Holiday Inn in Manchester? Yeah. Don't you have a bunch of their cards?
I got cases. I probably got 100 cases.
I know. I saw all
Yeah.
those when I was at your place.
So when did it start? Holiday Inn? Do you know?
I don't know. I just found.
Ronnie, look at it.
I just found
Well,
$100
remember
postcard.
Sam,
though.
$100 postcard.
remember Sam Phillips was in on that.
Yeah, look it
From
up.
Memphis. It started
Yeah.
in
Look it up and
Memphis.
see when they started.
Really? I didn't-
Yeah.
So what you got there? Holiday Inn stuff?
Vintage
Boy, we're
Joplin,
rocking right along.
I know. Souvenir.
Joplin, Missouri, Mickey Mantle Holiday Inn unused postcard with the envelope, $100.99 after 13 bids.
One card. And it's got Mickey Mantle on it?
I think it's got, I don't know what the Mickey
1952.
Mantle reference is.
1952.
Memphis, Tennessee.
All right.
Yes, out of Memphis.
I
Yeah.
did not know that
And
they were.
Sam Phillips,
He was one of the investors, wasn't he?
Yes, he was one of the early.
Oh, it's on the back of the card. It says Mickey Mantle's Holiday Inn. So this was a Holiday Inn owned by Mickey Mantle.
Wow.
A franchise.
Yeah.
But it wasn't autographed or anything special like that. It's just
Yeah,
an
but just
unused
having his
postcard.
name on that.
That was
You know,
his.
Evidently, it's $100. And I wished I
Well-
had the Mickey Mantle one with all those cases, Howard.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't be here today.
Yeah,
probably not.
Okay, the first franchised Holiday Inn was in Clarksville, Missouri in 1954, and in 57 they had their first public offering. They 120,000 shares at $9.75 a share.
Wow.
Wouldn't you like to add some of those?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have gotten in
For
on the ground floor.
$9.75.
Yeah, well, I mean, at one time, Holiday Inn, I guess they still are, but
They're still a big outfit.
they were rocking, though.
And of course, they got the Holiday Inn Express brand, and they probably own other brands.
Now, what does that mean, Howard, between Holiday Inn and then Holiday Inn Express?
I
What
think-
is your being in the business?
I think at one time, and I guess this is still true, a Holiday Inn Express was a little less expensive.
Oh, really?
The Holiday Inn was, a little more upscale, a little more pricey,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps. And I think that was their initial, but whether that's still the case, I don't know.
Well, I thought maybe they was trying to.
I
attract
generally
the-
stay at Motel 6 because they leave the light on for me.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of those old Holiday Inn signs.
Well, are they LED?
No,
They're not?
Not the old signs.
No, I mean when they leave the light on, is
Oh,
it not a LED?
Oh,
It is
it
now.
probably is now. Yeah, it probably is now.
Well, let me do one more postcard here.
I want you to do more
Uh,
than one.
Another Joplin, Missouri Mickey Mantle Holiday Inn postcard. It's got a picture of Mickey in the lounge with a bat back up in one of the tables, and the tables look like baseballs. And on the back it says Holiday Inn of Joplin, Missouri, operated by Mickey Mantle. Mickey is pictured in the dugout lounge at the inn.
How much did that bring?
That one only brought $25.
Huh? Isn't that something?
So,
Well, only.
Oh,
That's pretty good for no postcard.
Hey, I'll tell you another. You're looking up motel postcards.
that was a buy it now, so they didn't
Oh.
let it bid up. Yeah.
The motels along Route 66. There used to be some really weird ones. Strange. Like
Look up some Route
teepees.
66
They were
stuff.
people stay. They looked
Those
like
teepees.
They looked like a teepee, but they
Uh-huh.
were actually a building. But there was a whole bunch of unusual themed motels
Didn't they
along the
have
old
the
Route 66.
set of teepees up in Kentucky somewhere? The motel.
Probably because that was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
back in the 40s and the 50s when all that was.
Okay, talking of souvenirs again.
No, and you could find a souvenir card from one of those that might be worth a little bit of
Yeah.
money.
Well, we found some.
I've got a genuine, real 1964 California U.S. Highway 66 road sign used So that
Used
would
on
seem
the
to me
road.
that this was a stolen road sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a souvenir.
Okay,
Yeah.
they were asking
Souvenir road
$1,900, and they got over $1,300 for it.
Wow. See.
You know, I put that formula on there how to make cough medicine. One of my friends from Tullahoma said, "That's liquor." I said, "No, it's cough medicine."
That's cough medicine once you make it like that.
Yeah,
Oh
it's cough
yeah.
medicine.
So there's a whole bunch of them that say that there's a retired Highway 66. They don't say Route 66 on there. Just
That's a song.
66 with the thing.
Yeah.
And
That's a television show too. Remember?
It was, wasn't it?
they go 1,000, 800, 750. Here's a really wore out one for $675. That does say Route 66 on it. Oklahoma. Some of them have the state. Oklahoma has a state on it.
Yeah.
It went for
Just type in Route 66 souvenirs and see what pops up.
I'll bet you there's some really, because, I think along that route there used to be, what was that where the world's largest ball of twine or something?
Well, I
And
would think
it
so.
was a stop. I think that, I don't
That was
remember.
before my time. I didn't get to do it.
That was
when it
on
was classic.
what was that movie, Michael the Angel? He had to stop there.
Oh, yeah.
And they picked up the guy that was supposed to be a real angel, and he was.
Yeah.
Remember? And that's one of the things they're taking him back to New York.
Yeah, I don't remember, but there was some really interesting things along Route 66.
You know that angel though? He drank beer and smoked cigarettes.
There was a casino hotel
Yeah.
on Route 66.
What was it?
I'm looking.
Okay.
It says Route 66 Casino Hotel. There it is.
All kind of souvenirs in that thing, then.
Yeah.
Telling you. I think John Travolta played that Michael, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I
He
feel
was
so
like
bad.
I mean, he was a
fast,
cigarette smoking and beer
yeah.
drinking
Yeah,
angel.
like a slob.
Kind of doesn't fit the
stereotype.
The stereo, yeah.
Well, have you ever seen any angels, Howard?
Not that I know of.
There you go.
I certainly don't see any in this room. That's for sure.
Howard.
Sorry.
Did you get Route 66? Did you clap your hands when he said that?
I did, but bump on the
Oh, you just bumped it.
Like the drummer,
Well,
rim shot.
Yeah.
So I don't have any high value one with searching on that. I got a glass souvenir historic Route 66 paperweight. of,
paperweights. That used to be a big.
Yeah,
collect-
that was big.
That's a lot of souvenirs.
It's a picture of, or it's got a Coke machine, a mobile gas station pump on it, and they were wanting $29, and I guess I got right at that, close to it.
Howard, did you have paperweights?
Yeah, I got one. It's got a scorpion in it.
No. I mean your KOA.
Oh no, I don't think. No, I don't think.
You didn't?
No, we used to have.
Paperweights used to be the big
Yeah,
deal.
it used to be a big thing. Yeah.
Back when we had paper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now
It doesn't
everything's
sit on your
digital.
tablet that well.
Well, I don't know. I tell you what, they always talk about how paperless we are. I see a lot of paper still being printed.
I still use a lot of paper.
Until you deal with the government, you find out.
There's
Hey, do that. Souvenir paperweights.
Route 66 was also known as the Will Rogers Highway,
Roy Rogers?
Well, it went through Oklahoma.
the Main Street of America,
yeah.
or the Mother Road.
Yeah.
Roy Rogers Highway?
Yeah.
Well, happy trails.
Okay. The highway originally ran from Chicago, Illinois, to Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico.
Well, I'm going to tell you
Arizona,
something, Ronnie.
Santa
If it went
Monica.
through Oklahoma, they better let Gene Autry be in there then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that
He
was,
owned that section.
Well, yeah, but
He's an Oklahoma man.
Will Rogers was from Oklahoma, if
Yeah.
I remember right.
So it's Gene, you know who? That's who discovered Gene Autry.
Oh, really?
Will Rogers.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
did not know that
Oh,
either.
what about
Well, I'll
that?
tell you what, boys. I know all kind of little stuff.
Yeah, you're big into Gene Autry.
Yeah, I got
Lots of trivia.
probably over
there.
400 pieces of original Gene Autry come from his house.
Wow.
I got a so paperweight.
Paperweights. Are we back to
I
paperweight?
got a Civil War era Confederate General Richard S. Ewell signature paperweight. They were wanting $2,000, and they got about at least $1,500 for it.
See what souvenirs to do for you?
Yeah, look at that.
Antique Yellowstone souvenir sand art paperweight of a geyser. So it's a sand art inside of a glass
Yeah.
that is of Old Faithful geyser erupting. It's amazing. 14 bids, $1,447.
Wow.
Look how you ship that, man. Whitehall stoneware crock. This is a salesman sample advertising paperweight, 42 bids, $1,385. Another one of those souvenir. Oh no, it's not at the Geyser. Yellowstone Park souvenir sand art. This is of a of some falls. 7 bids on that for $1,126. 1880s Anheuser-Busch Barnes and Abrams glass paperweight. 27 bids, $1,049.
How much time we got here?
Yeah, whenever he finishes up there.
Well, let's just hold it right there, and when he comes back, you can tell us some more.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Will we?
I hope. If I push the right buttons, we will.
Okay.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
All right, we're back, and we're still talking about souvenirs.
Hey, by the way, on the morning show, they was talking about if you went to the movie, what some of the 58% said.
Yeah.
Well, that is right what those two said. They used to slip them in the trunk to go to the drive-in movies.
Oh, yeah.
And down at Tullahoma, they also had the bingo going
Yeah,
on.
they used to do the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember going to the movie drive-in movie with Helen, and you
didn't put her in the trunk.
No,
did you?
but we
Okay.
put her brother in the trunk.
Yeah.
Was he older or younger?
He was younger.
Okay,
Just
good.
thank God you didn't put her in the trunk.
I had a 1951 Henry J,
Oh.
which was a kind of a fastback design, and the back seat laid down like, which made the trunk bigger, and this was 1951, mind you, see. So he would have money to pay his admission, and we would put him in the trunk, get into the theater, put the seat down, he'd get out, and then we had his money to go to the concession stand to buy goodies. I feel so much better since I confessed that.
Well, you ought to.
That's not a souvenir, but that's a memory.
Well, did you do it more than once?
Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 times a week, probably.
If
Well,
you did it one
about
time,
once a week.
you could be forgiven. But it sounds like you're a doggone crook.
Probably.
You was a crook.
I'm a crook.
It surprised me. You didn't rob no banks, did you?
No, but I robbed the driving
Well, there you go.
I think you just did that for the fun of it.
It was.
No, you didn't. You did it for the boys' money. You just said it.
For food. Yeah, we probably all did stupid things like that, crazy things.
You're the only one I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
You're the only one
That's
that's
okay.
admitted it.
Phyllis probably never been to a drive-in movie.
Oh, yeah, I've been to some. Yeah,
Only because there's
Not
one
in
in
the
Tullahoma.
trunk. Not in the trunk, right?
No, true. I never went in the trunk. We
Well,
had
you
one in
still go
Cleveland
to a
when I was a
drive-in
kid.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tullahoma?
The one, no, it's not in Tullahoma. It's in like Estill.
Yeah.
well,
but it's on
halfway
the highway.
between or something
The
there.
one in Tullahoma's gone. That was it was over there where the Pepsi plant.
That's
is.
where the bingo was going on.
But I never saw that one. I
That was
never
the,
saw a
that
movie
was the
there.
Arnold.
Arnold Drive-In. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I
so
went there a lot.
I've got a 1983 Apple computer brass paperweight, which is pretty cool.
Ooh,
One bid on that, $673.
my goodness.
So that was
That must have been a
cool.
starting bid.
I guess so. That's a pretty high starting bid. Tiffany and Company silver mouse paperweight, $595 was the buy it now on that. And this is a couple of unique ones. Here's a Michelin Man, clear crystal trophy clock paperweight. Got $550 for that. A 1915 Atlanta, Georgia paperweight with skull and crossbones on it. It's like one of those half thing glass, and inside of it is a piece of paper with skull and crossbones, and it says Atlanta, Georgia, 1915.
My goodness.
$500.
See, people will collect everything or anything.
There you go. All right.
How about now? You got any with scorpions in them?
I not at the,
See if I
not
got-
at the
Hey,
upper.
I tell you what I had,
Uh-huh.
and I gave it back to the granddaughter. I actually had a paperweight that had a rattlesnake's head in it.
I remember seeing
Yeah, I've
those.
seen those. We were out west.
You probably seen it at my building when you
Oh, maybe
went
I-
through.
Might have been.
My highest priced scorpion one was $29.95.
See, I never collect the right thing.
Oh, well, no, that Honus Wagner was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm retiring off that one.
I
day.
know. I wish you're.
Boy, I tell you what, every time I look at that baseball, I say, how did he sell it to me that cheap?
I was desperate. I owe a lot of money to the drive-in movie.
Yes, you do. I asked Nancy, I said, Nancy, do you think I ought to give him more money? She said, well, no.
I don't.
I was thinking about it. Nancy said,
no.
Nancy said no.
She would say yes because she's nice, but you would say no.
Well, I tell you what, Philip, are you still looking at paperweights?
No, I left that one.
Hey, I tell you what, dude, let's do something that's local here, like Bonnaroo.
Yeah,
Let's
Bonnaroo.
see what kind of
Lots of
Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo souvenirs.
There ought to be all kinds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's an odd one. The top priced one is a Miller Lite beer Bonnaroo Music Festival LED light up pub sign.
Well, that's pretty cool.
$260.
You got one of them?
No, I do not. And then next on, there's not like high value stuff. It's probably not the time of year to be doing it. Here's a 2000. Well, it's actually two things. It's a Bonnaroo lunchbox and a Madonna singer lunchbox. Went for $33.
What's that right there?
Two Bonnaroo 2016 and 18 steel cups. Those are where you can, for $25. Those are where you can buy beer in it, and you reuse the cups, and you get a cheaper price or something.
Do you know how much it is? I know you drink beer out there.
I do not know what those are. My always thought when I see people walking around with them is, do they wash those out in between, filling them up when they're walking around?
The beer
They probably
kills
do
the
it at the
germs.
mushroom.
When they're walking around at
They'll probably do that at the mushroom.
Yeah, just go over to the fountain and rinse it out in that water that
That recycle water?
that recycle water. Now I did a story one time about that, and they have two sets of water, and they do filter it, and it is
But
actually,
is it recycled?
yeah, but they clean
filter it.
They clean it. But man, you go by there at times, and it's
Kinda muddy looking.
and it's just it's not crystal clear at the end of its run.
That tells you people had fun at Bonnaroo.
There you
Yeah.
Well, you got another lunchbox there.
Yeah, here's a 2014 Bonnaroo lunchbox, $9. Here's a lapel pin from 2013 Bonnaroo, which looks really cool for $10. So
Hey, when
they're
you
not
searched that, did you put souvenir or did you just put Bonnaroo?
just Bonnaroo. That's under collectibles though.
Yeah. You would have thought
Yeah, I would have thought.
that would be a lot more Bonnaroo items.
Well,
And
I
Bonnaroo
mean,
been going on since
There you go.
2002.
Ain't you got more items now?
these are just tickets. I just
Well, that's
blanket.
okay. That's still a souvenir.
Okay. Well, no, these are New Year
Just for
for
this year.
coming year.
Oh, that's this year?
Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Here's Jim Pollock 2009 poster, signed and numbered. They wanted $300. Got something pretty close to that for that. Yeah. Here's a whole bunch of posters.
Okay. Yeah. Now we're rocking.
Last year's Bonnaroo Festival, with it's just the poster, a really cool poster with lots of the artists' names on it. That got $190. 2016 signed and numbered poster. That was the year that Pearl Jam, The Dead, and company played. They wanted $185 and got something pretty close to that. It was a 2008. Have I seen this one at your place?
I've got it.
It's the Ames Brothers, Pearl Jam, and Metallica poster. $180 was their asking price, and they got really close to that.
Do you like Metallica?
I used to. I'm
Do you
not
like them,
Not a
Harold?
big fan anymore.
Not really.
Yeah.
Why?
They don't play polkas.
I have heard polka versions of their songs.
Yeah, I
so
know.
can tell you that.
Ronnie, you like Metallica, don't you?
Yeah, I like some Metallica, not all of it.
Yeah.
They got a few good tunes.
Yeah.
2015 poster of James Eads app. It's hard to describe these on the radio. They're bizarre looking. Really.
Not if you're a good host.
Well, I'm not that good. They wanted $175. The next one down is more describable. It's a 2014. It's the year Kanye West and Elton John were there, and it has a truck, a multicolored ice cream truck flying through space with a large box on the back of it that says Bonnaroo and the list of the bands on it. Now, it looks really
That's
cool.
real short. How much is that one?
They wanted 165, and again, they got really close to that. Somebody just must have lowballed them $1 or so to get the best offer. Here's a Third Man Records performance of Jack White's from 2014, and that went for $170 was to buy it now.
You know, I was at one of the Bonnaroos, and Jack White was back in the backstage, and my granddaughter Emily.
Yeah.
Him and Emily was dancing back there.
Really? So he was playing along. He wasn't just sitting around in the corner.
He was like
Whatever.
hanging out watching the band.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now, what about are there any local attractions that are no longer in existence that might have had souvenirs? You know, like a cave or
Like Wonder Cave?
Yeah, that's
Or what's one?
The one-
Rock City?
Rock City. There's probably a lot of stuff from Rock
Yeah,
City.
let's do the Rock City and Wonder
Plenty of
Cave.
Sea Rock City signs.
Yeah, that's still in existence. But I was thinking something local. You know, from
You
that's
can
been-
still see them on the roofs of barns, you
Yeah.
know? Some of the older ones.
I do not see Wonder Cave.
Well, what
Oh,
about,
there we go. Visit
go.
Wonder Cave in Decorah, Iowa.
oh,
Well,
it's not the same one. Huh?
well, that's still a Wonder Cave.
Yeah. But you know, I was thinking about something that was local at
Yeah.
one time that's gone. That people may have had.
Yeah.
May have
Well,
had.
let's try Rock City.
Now, Rock City, of course,
Rock City.
they got the
isn't
birdhouse.
that Chattanooga?
Chattanooga. They got the birdhouses.
Yeah.
And you used to see a lot of barns and stuff painted with it.
Oh, hang on. Get over to
Put Rock City, Chattanooga.
Should be souvenirs.
No, I see a Rock City.
1967 See Rock City Lookout Mountain
That's it.
mileage meter sign.
Yeah.
It's a little barn with brochures.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted $1,250 and they got over $1,000.
Well, you know, those used to sit in the motels. So, like, if you say here in Manchester, you could put Manchester in it and tell you how far
How
you
far
was
you
to
are.
Rock City.
Yeah.
I'll tell you an interesting. How about Burma Shave?
Yeah.
Remember those signs?
yeah.
It used to be along the highway. Yeah, always a cute little saying. It was about a series of about 5 or 6 signs.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember those old Burma Shave signs? You don't remember those?
Yeah, I do. I've got a.
I bet some people have some of those around, and they
Yeah.
must be worth. If you have, especially if you had the whole
That's what the whole
5 or
set.
6 of them, whatever
Yeah.
it was. If you had all of them.
There's a Rock City arrow.
Here's a cast iron Rock City arrow sign that's Rock City just written with a pointing, inside of an arrow basically. $200 was what they got on that one. There's a whole bunch of cross-posted things in here.
But
Hey, is it time for another break?
just about a minute.
Okay.
Here's
Give us-
a 1950s See Rock City travel folder wall dispenser. $125.
Hmm. By the way, have you been to Rock City?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you, Ron?
That's pretty neat. Up
I've
there.
been to Cumberland Caverns.
But the last time, probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
that's
neat.
where they put on the Masonic degree, ain't that? Don't they do one up there?
Cumberland Caverns.
Do they?
That's the one in McMinnville.
Yeah, I went there
Oh,
when I was in
okay.
the Boy
Isn't it?
Scouts. You know, we used to camp out in there and
Yeah.
go on that wild tour.
Yeah, cool. I've
Yeah.
got a vintage Igloo Lunchmate Sea Rock City cooler. So
Ooh.
this is like just your regular cooler,
Uh-huh.
but it looks like what's painted on a barn. It's red, and the lid that goes back and forth is
Yeah.
black, and it says Sea Rock City on it. That's
That's-
$50.
Oh, see.
This says from the 1980s.
Yeah. Well, we ready to take a quick break?
We better.
All right,
We're
so-
ready.
All right, we'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Tune in to Let's Talk Antiques for the only locally produced antique show in the area. Every week, David, Ronnie, Philip, and Howard bring you new topics about how to maximize your investments in collectibles. Whether that's Star Wars toys or cowboy movie posters, they cover it all. Show founder David Pennington has been featured on the History Channel's American Pickers and is well known for his knowledge of Coca-Cola memorabilia, vintage gas pumps, and all things cowboy related. That's Let's Talk Antiques, live Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on WMSR Radio, or watch our video replays on P-Head's Charter Channel 193, LightTube's Channel 6, or on our Facebook and YouTube channels. There's always a new find on Let's Talk Antiques.
Uh-oh, David broke his headphones.
Breaking stuff over
It
here.
broke itself.
Yeah, likely
It'll
story.
pop back together.
Likely story. Ooh.
See?
Sorry about that.
Are you
folks.
looking? Look here.
Oh, I think he hit me kind of hard there.
We were okay. So now we've jumped over to World's Fair stuff.
World's Fair souvenir.
Souvenirs. now.
very
We're still on
collectible
souvenirs.
things.
Yeah, we had two
souvenirs.
World's Fairs pretty close to us here. You know,
Where were they?
Knoxville and Atlanta. Those were,
Yeah, you would have had to be creative to have gotten this this one, because this is a New York City subway sign from 1964.
Ooh.
There was the sign says Shea Stadium and World's Fair and has an arrow pointing to the left.
Uh-huh.
So those, I don't think those were for sale there.
You
But,
think somebody borrowed it?
somebody probably collected it after, when they
I don't-
took it down after the World's Fair
That's
was
what
over.
I'm thinking. It was supposed to be turned into scrap metal
yeah,
or
it's probably
something.
supposed to
I
be
think they
scrapped,
were
yeah.
more larcenous than creative.
Okay, we got a call, believe it or not.
$1,619.
Wow. Let's see who we got here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Better not be swap and shop, Howard.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Hey, Antiques, how y'all doing?
Pretty
Oh, we're
good.
Are you declared to be essential or non-essential?
Non-essential.
Non-essential, but we're sitting
Maybe your last.
we're sitting 6
maybe your
feet
last
apart
week.
though. We're sitting 6 feet apart.
Okay, but you may be on your last week though. I got two things I'd be interested in knowing if there's any way of estimating the value of. My dad and granddad ran a hardware store in Manchester from 1946 to 1977, and their major supplier was Belknap Hardware in Louisville, Kentucky. And Belknap had a line of tools called Bluegrass Tools, being in Kentucky. And they had a warranty, you know, similar to Craftsman, that they would replace them if anything happened or whatever. But I have a claw hammer that was an award hammer to the salesman, and he gave it to my dad for being like salesman of the year. And it's a chrome-plated Bluegrass Belknap Hardware hammer, claw hammer.
Huh.
Is there any way of knowing what a value? Of course, they don't.
Yeah.
Bluegrass may still be making tools because of the sold the trademark or something. But Belknap's definitely out of business.
I
And
think
the other,
bluegrass
I've
is
got an
still-
original hammer a Belknap hardware Louisville bluegrass hammer, claw hammer. 9 bids at $51, but it's
That's
not
not
the
that fancy one.
Yeah, it's not a fancy one. Then it
Not
got
that
$51.
one you got.
I've got one that's just a Belknap bluegrass hatchet. It's just got a big emblem. Was $180 sold for that.
Golly.
well, and the other item I'm sort of interested in, I worked for Microcraft in Tullahoma from 1976 to 1981, and at one point during that time frame, they had cast belt buckles for those big wide belts, sort of like the cowboy style,
Yeah.
big belt buckles with the Microcraft logo embossed in the belt buckle. They're sort of a copper color, and so only the employees that year got those belt buckles, and so I guess there's probably between 80 and 100 of those ever made.
Oh well.
And I know that'd be sort of a local thing, not a
I don't see
national
any
thing.
here.
Yeah, that's not going to show up on a search for
I
that.
think-
And I just wondered if maybe there's not other things like PCA and Carrier and maybe even Batesville things that were unique. That were
Yes, I'm sure.
things for employees.
Yeah, that's a thought. But the value of those is on basically it's what somebody's willing to pay for it. So you
Demand.
you need to find somebody who's
Yeah.
who's
And not related to that, but I did see an article this week about a Vietnam veteran that while he was in Vietnam bought, I think it was a Rolex watch
Yeah, bought it really cheap.
for like $50, brand new, all the documentation, and he was a scuba diver and found out that it wouldn't work, for being underwater, so he just put it in a lockbox with the documentation and whatever, and it was worth, I think, $300,000 to $500,000 now.
God,
That's
Oh, my
right.
goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
But he had all the paperwork, including the shipping paperwork. He had it all.
Yeah, he had it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really made it valuable. And
that pulls.
And I know there was probably a big marketing push for soldiers that were in Vietnam to buy stuff so that it would be available, when they got back to the States. Because I had a first cousin that while he was in Vietnam, they pushed him, and I guess they didn't have to push him very much, but he ordered a new Porsche that was waiting in, I believe, Seattle, Washington or somewhere when he got back, from Vietnam. And
now wouldn't that be a heck of a souvenir?
yeah, no doubt.
Hey, but a lot of people around here, don't you remember when we was in school, a lot of them, they graduated ahead of us, but they had, like, I remember some of the older Chevelles and GTOs and, all kinds of neat cars. I remember this one guy had a 67 Super Sport Impala with white interior.
wow.
And he'd ordered it over in Vietnam, and it was waiting on him when he got home.
Right. Okay, guys. Thanks for the morning show.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I did a search on Vietnam Rolexes and came up with 3 of them where similar stories where they have all the paperwork and the picture of the soldier that bought them, and they get between 27 and 68 bids each, and they went between $19,000 and $16,000.
Yeah, the one he was talking about though was a Mariner,
was a
and it
fancier,
was
yeah.
it was really unique. It was almost like not one of a kind, but very limited.
almost, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why that thing.
Yeah.
He's right. It brought a lot of
Wow,
money.
that's unbelievable. But that buying a car, if you were in the service,
Yeah, you
used to be.
was in Vietnam,
Yeah, but I didn't buy a car.
but did you have that opportunity? Did they ask you?
Probably did, but no,
But
we're-
you got them for a discount rate.
Yeah,
too, didn't you?
well, when my father was in the Army, he was in Germany. He bought a car in Germany. It was delivered at the PX. You bought it at the PX. And he drove it in Europe. And then when he came home, he had it shipped home. And then kept that car for several years. Got
Well-
another call.
Okay.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Good morning. You were talking about some things earlier that my wife told me about. I didn't hear what all was said, but I've got a poster from the prior to Bonnaroo, Itchy Park, 99.
Yes, I've got some of that.
Okay, we're going to look at that right now.
Oh, okay. I also got a guitar that was signed by a bunch of the performers that were at Itchy Park.
Now,
You know,
there's a good piece.
That is a good piece. Do you remember who some of the performers were?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I was looking at the list here on Itchy Park. I think it was from Dave Matthews Band.
Well, now that's a
That'd
good
be
one.
good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, a
good.
real good one. That has a lot of value to it, especially if you could. What you need to do is get somebody. You can actually get that thing graded, and to verify the signatures, and that adds a lot of value. Like PSA can do that.
Okay.
You can actually ship that, and they know those signatures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you'll get that little. Once you get that PSA thing stuck on your guitar,
That is well worth
that
the
adds a
still.
lot of value to
Yeah.
it. You could have a guitar worth thousands of dollars, really.
Now,
Okay.
did you have were you the one that got the guitar signed?
No, I was not. I bought it at an auction.
Oh, okay.
It was sold right here in Coffee County at one of the sportsman's auctions.
Oh, yeah.
See,
I think I only paid like $80 for it.
That's a real good piece. What you ought to do, you can Google PSA grading, and you can get an address or a phone number and ask them about the process in doing that.
Okay.
yeah. And document how you got it. Write
Yeah.
that down and put it with that information on that guitar, because that adds to the value too.
Oh yeah, you
Any
got a valuable
documentation.
piece there.
Is it is it autographed on the pick guard or on the actual guitar?
It's on the body of the guitar.
Yeah,
That
makes
makes it
that's
worth
another
more.
thing that makes it worth more.
Yeah.
Well, what have you got there, Dave Matthews?
I've got a Dave Matthews with a certificate of authenticity. That's the only one that's signed on the body, and it brought close to $3,000.
See what I mean?
And it made a big difference
Yeah.
between the ones that were just on
So,
the pick guard.
Yeah.
so his guitar, that's just one signature. He's got all kinds of them.
Yeah.
And there was no posters of Ichiku on eBay.
I've got the Ichiku bird, and I've got the Ichiku poster.
Oh,
I've got it too, and I got some bumper
Yeah.
stickers.
What's that poster worth?
I got that sticker
I-
right
And
there.
there wasn't one on there. I don't know what the poster's worth.
Yeah.
But there wasn't
Nothing to
any.
compare it to.
But your guitar, you heard of what just that one signature.
Okay.
You need to
Well,
invest a
mine,
little
I
bit of time
definitely-
there and get that thing graded.
I definitely seen it up as
Yeah.
mine.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, guys, we're out of time.
That's your fault.
Well, it was the caller's fault, but we won't blame him.
No, we love callers, right?
we love callers.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we're out of time for this week. We will be back next week, maybe.
Lord willing.
Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. See you next week. Take care.